Hi guys, welcome to Olive's Tree. I'm Mandy and I'm one of the 12 branches on my mum Olive's tree. I'm just about to make a Sally Lund, or it's actually going to be a cross between a bit of a Sally Lund and more of a cinnamon bun, family size. So let's have a look what I've got going on down here. Okay, I've got all my ingredients out here and also have my mixing bowl. You can do this by hand, but I'm going to use my stand mixer. I'm just going to run through what I've got here. So I've got some barely warm water, 1/3 of a cup of sugar. I've got 10 grams of yeast, a cup of sultanas, 2 tablespoons of milk powder. I have 520 grams of plain flour, and I will actually convert that into cups, Australian cups, if you don't have scales. And I have a tablespoon also of cinnamon. I'm just going to pop that on top of the flour. I'll just sit that just to the side for a second. So I've got my mixing bowl here. So into my mixing bowl goes the flour, milk powder, and the cinnamon. On top of that, I'm going to add my yeast. I'm also going to add my sugar. I am going to add my sultanas right now. I'm not going to wait until later, there's no need. And I'm going to add a little bit of salt. Now, I have got some butter softening that I will combine into this in a little bit, but I'm just going to put in some salt. Just going to give that a quite little mix through. So we've got the flour, milk powder, we've got sultanas, sugar, yeast, and cinnamon, and some salt. Now, the milk powder will give a softer crumb texture to our bun, but if you don't have any, don't panic. Maybe just switch out some of the water for milk, or use all milk if you want to. I'm sure it would be fine. Alrighty, so I'm just going to pour some of the water in. I've got just under I've got about a bit over a cup. I'm not sure how much I'm going to need. It depends on your flour, the humidity, all that sort of stuff, the age of the flour, how dry it is, you know, whatever. So I'm just starting it on low. I think we're going to need much more than that. That's okay. I'm going to get my vanilla in now before I add any more water. Head on over to the Farmer's Wife Homestead and have a look at Stacey's recipe for a Sally Lunch. She has a great recipe that you really enjoy as well. Now, don't add your water too fast. We don't want to make it too wet and then have to go backwards and forwards between water and flour. That'll just ruin the recipe. So I'm just going to let that combine a little bit and just go up the gear. Have a little feel. It's way too dry. That's coming together a lot better. Just have a little feel now. It's still a bit too dry. I've probably used about a cup and about 1.5 cups at this point. Maybe just over. Okay, that's definitely got enough in there. Now, my butter could have been a little bit closer to room temperature than what it is, so it will take a little bit of time to mix through. That's okay, I don't mind. I'm, you know, not under any great time frame today. So just going to mix that in a little bit. I'm just going to let this go for about 8 to 10 minutes. So we'll come back and have a look at it then and see what we think. Here is our kneaded dough. I really am quite pleased with how it looks. It's developed quite a lot of gluten and strength, as you can see. And the sultanas are fine. Now, I'm not going to oil this bowl or put it into another bowl. I'm not going to fluff around with that. I'm just going to pop on a cover that I use to things. to prove things, and I'm just going to give the top a little mist with some water, and that'll stop it from drying out. And I'm going to sit this aside somewhere for probably an hour at least. All right, so I don't want to rush this. I have yeast, I have sugar, I have butter in here. Now, butter and sugar can slow down your yeast's ability, or how fast it can rise. So I'm going to check it in about an hour and just see how it looks. I want it to be at least doubled in size. It's not something you want to rush. So let's just put it to bed and we'll come back in an hour. So it has pretty much doubled in size. It's very light, it's very soft, and it's very fluffy. So I'm going to just continue on. I'm not going to let that rise anymore. I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to use my dough scraper to release it because I didn't grease the dish. But there is butter in here and it's not going to be a big deal, as you can see. Just get all of it out. All right, I'm not going to put any flour down. I think we can get away without that. And I'm just going to do a little bit of a pre-shape. If you're worried about it sticking, I would put a little bit of oil, small amount of olive oil maybe, or something onto the bench. Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick pre-shape. I'm just going to go half and half. And I'm just going to sit that on the bench now. And I'm just going to leave that for, maybe 5 or 10 minutes. I'm just going to pop this over the top. All right, we've let our dough have a little bit of a rest there. It's tacky, but it's not real sticky. And it comes away quite easily from the board, as you can see. So I'm just going to repeat what I did before, basically. And there's 1,000 methods for doing this. You just do whatever suits you. Don't listen to anybody. Do whatever you're comfortable with. I'm just going to stretch it out a little bit. If I were to flour the surface, this would just shrink back. It would be impossible to, get this into a nice rectangle. Okay, so I'm just going to go half over, like so. I'm going to pinch along there, and I'm going to pinch the ends. Get that all down. A bit of surface tension. And I'm going to pop it onto a tray. Now I've just got a non-stick piece of reusable silicone. Going to sit like that. And I'm just going to pop a tea towel over the top. I will spritz it with a little water. I don't want it to dry out. Don't need much because you don't want to wet the dough. You just want to get that, dampened a little bit so that it stays nice and soft. And I'm going to leave that for another 30 minutes. Okay, let's have a look at our bun. Alrighty, so that's grown quite substantially. When you give it a little push, it just gently comes back. So I'm gonna take a punt and say that I think that's proved enough, and I'm going to pop that in the oven at 180, and I'm going to cook that, and that's not on fan bake, 180 for about 25 minutes, and then I'll check the internal temperature with the thermometer. Alrighty, so we've got it out of the oven. Now, full disclosure, I was so excited about making this bun that I made it into more of a cob type loaf instead of, the more elongated, sort of flatter bun. So mine took a bit longer to cook. I guess it took probably 45 minutes or, round about there in the end. That was with the no fan on. And yeah, I don't know why I did that, but it's going to be fine. It's going to taste the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just drape this over the top because I don't like a crust on my fruit buns. And I'm just going to leave that to cool completely before we ice it. All right, so in this jug, I've just got about 50 grams of softened butter, just at room temperature. And I've popped in some vanilla and about 1.5 cups of icing sugar and a little homemade vanilla. So there's a couple of little pieces of vanilla pod in there. So I've just got a little bit of milk, about 50 grams of, as I said, of butter, softened, and what did I say, 1.5 cups of icing sugar. And I've just stirred it together. You don't need a mixer or anything for that. I've just got that little piece. Smells beautiful. Alrighty, so we've got our bun out of the oven. Now it's a little bit too warm to put all of the frosting on, I think. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put some frosting, cut a piece off and just put some frosting on that so that we can try it. So let's just go, say, here. Got a very tender crust. Feels very tender in the crumb as well. And it's still a little bit warm, but you can see it's absolutely lovely. It smells beautiful. So let's just pop a little bit on here. We can always put the rest on the rest of the bun later on, but we want to have a little taste test. So my daughter and granddaughters are calling in a moment on their way to piano, so I want to have a little bit ready for her on her way to piano lessons. So all right, whoops, so you can see it slices so beautifully, so easily. Just going to grab some butter. Okay, got to have butter. Oh, it's such a tender, soft. I can almost, I'm struggling to spread the soft butter on it actually. It's a really, really beautiful bake. That'll be fine. The only thing that I didn't do is sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon on the top. So we definitely need that. Alrighty. I'm not supposed to be eating carbs of any description. How do you turn that down? My goodness. It's so good. I'm going to get my daughter, excuse me, to drop a piece off to my younger daughter and her little baby Phoebe. Phoebe's not eating yet, but Mum is. So I'm going to get her to drop a piece off, and I'll just send some frosting in a little container and she can pop it on when it cools. There you have it. Beautiful, easy, soft, fluffy cinnamon bun, Boston bun, Sally Lund, whatever you want to call it. This is my version. You might have a different version. If you do, I would love to see the recipe. Chuck it in the comments or let me know where I can find it. Let me know if you do anything different. I would love to know that. I'm always looking for tips and ways to improve my baking. Can learn so much from each other all the time. All right, so that's about it for today. Until I see you again, I hope the world's treating you all kindly, and bye for now. And I'm just loving being back. Take care.